Ladies and gentlemen, introducing these two challengers for the Cage Warriors Academy featherweight title. The fighter standing in the red corner. He has a fight record of 5 wins with 1 loss. He represents the Saul Rogers Academy. He is Kacper Zasada. And standing across the cage in the blue corner, this fighter has a fight record of 3 wins with 3 losses. He represents KC Fightbase and Hamma Gym. He is Mark Smith. Your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Craig Lawrence.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Jamie Haymaker. Hey, here as always with Ian M16 Butlin at Cage Warriors, the Academy Northwest. On to our next bout, Ian.
Yeah, here we have our amateur featherweight title fight. Kacper Zasada from Saul Rogers Academy and Mark Smith fighting out of Hamma.
I've seen a lot of both of these two on the MMA scene. It's the first time I've seen Mark Smith come down to featherweight. Both guys have fought at lightweight before. In fact, Mark used to be a welterweight.
Yeah, welterweight too.
But Kacper Zasada, seen as one of the real prospects of the UK at the minute. Young lad. Very tough, very strong, durable, but Mark, the Kirby Zombie.
The Kirby Zombie, yeah.
Smith, he's a force to be reckoned with. Doesn't get stopped. Very tough young man. This is a really good title fight we've got in our hands. We'll see a lot of this as well. This is where Mark sort of likes the fight up against the cage, dirty boxing, putting it on his opponent.
Kacper with a nice knee straight into a trip.
Yeah, that's really good work from Kacper Zasada there. Again, one of Saul Rogers' young proteges.
Well, you know, guys with the wrestling like the standard Saul has. All these guys have got good wrestling
as well.
Great use of the head there, as we've seen fights earlier.
Yeah, this is good work so far from Kacper. Didn't want to be up against the cage, turned it out. He's going for that throw there. Great underhook from Mark Smith though. Turns it out and puts him up against the cage. Just roughing each other up a little bit in a minute. None of them willing to disengage. Could be a 5 minutes, 3-minute rounds though. Got to conserve that energy.
That's it, it's a difficult one, 5 3-minute rounds. It's tough.
I've never seen a Mark Smith fight where his nose doesn't get bust either. Good leg kick there, this is good movement, just sort of walks forward, this is what he does. You know, not the greatest of head movement from Smith, but he will walk forward and he'll take a shot to give a shot.
They lifted up Zasada there.
Good takedown there, up against the cage now. Zasada could use that cage there, he's got the over up, but got the over under there, he could try and use that cage to step up.
There's solid body shots that he's chopping in there with the right hand.
Yeah, Smith does hit hard as well. Always in exciting fights.
Well, it's interesting to see if he carries the power down to featherweight. So far it looks like he is.
So Zasada trying to push up against the cage still here. But it's a bit of a feeling out process really, more in the grappling than anything. Not a great deal of striking going on throughout that round here.
No, a lot of jockeying for position on the fence. Neither really getting, a couple of takedowns, but neither really getting control once it hit the ground.
Very tough round to score in that way.
They've been like that all night. These are well-matched fights, as we've seen over and over on Shinobi.
Sean Hammer Martin there and Andrew Devant in the corner, along with Kyle Keane for Mark Smith. And of course, Jack Cartwright there in the corner, along with Saul Rogers. And who can forget Millie? Fantastic wrestler.
Very, very.
Really good. So that gym's come from strength to strength over the last couple of years, especially since Saul sort of really put his stamp on it with the Saul Rogers MMA Academy.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, there's some of the guys going through. I think this is one of the first title shots I've seen these guys have actually.
Yeah, he's got a good team of guys there now.
Jack Cartwright now pro as well. Saul obviously doing his thing. Hopefully see him back at some point. I think ACB will be his next fight.
Yeah, I think he's got a few more fights.
Signed under Tanko management now. Obviously part of the infamous SBG team as well. Both good teams here. Let's see what the second round brings to us. Maybe a little bit more on the stand-up from both. There we go, good 1-2 there from Kacper. Nice leg kick from the Kirby Zombie. Eye poke there. I think he caught that. Didn't really see it there, to be honest. I mean, can we get a replay on that to have a look?
I didn't know whether it might have been that the knee went up high.
No.
Because they're not allowed to knee to the head.
Right, okay, yeah.
I think it was that he threw the knee, I think he threw it to the chest, but it went up onto his nose. It was obviously illegal and now in amateur rules in Cage Warriors Academy.
Yeah, it is indeed. Obviously, with the new rule change that came in, starting from January this year, it has changed the game a little bit for amateur fighters, not being able to knee to the head. Purely unintentional, though, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely accidental. Back on the action. Kacper.
Great all-round jab from Kacper. He's rocked Mark Smith. But this is the kind of fight that Mark wants to be in. This is what he does.
Yeah.
He rocked Kacper quite badly there. Kacper sees it, goes for a takedown, and Mark could get a... I thought he was going to try and turn him over then with that, using that whizzer from the bottom. Just trying to use brute strength, really, but he let it go and he's gone back to his back. That was a good shot, though, from Mark Smith. That really rocked Kacper there. That's the kind of scraps that you usually see Smith in, where he'll just walk forward and throw bombs. Sometimes he takes them worse than he gives.
Well, the moment is lay underneath Kacper Zasada. Closed guard. Kacper trying to chop shots in there, try and get his arms on the inside.
Yeah, just try and stay busy, really. I mean, he wants to maybe look for the bicep control more than anything and try and drop some shots from there. Then he's got a bit more control as opposed to hands on the mat. There we go. His corner shouting the exact same things what we just said there, Ian.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, it's something that, especially at amateur level, it's something that people do get drawn into, putting their hands on the mat when they're trying to wrestle and trying to aggressive position. But it's not an ideal situation to be in. You want to try and use that bicep control, pressure the head like he's doing now. Much better work.
Yeah, this is better work to do. Get the guards opened up.
He's got to watch that triangle though, because that's what Smith's looking for there. You can see he's trying to use that wrist, trying to push that left wrist back, and he's lifting that right leg every time.
At the same time, Kacper needs to use that as the opportunity to pass. He's not doing very much damage sat in his guard. Scoring points, chopping little shots, but not really doing any significant damage. They're better shots.
Much better work there. But again, needs to get them hands off the mat a little bit more. Try and keep that pressure on. He's putting the head pressure in. And again, there's some good work from Kacper Zasada here. Smith needs to really keep this fight standing, I believe, for him.
Yeah, well, that's where he's getting the best success, but then Kacper did catch him with some good shot standing as well. So.
End of the second round here. I'd say it's a slightly easier round to score, that one.
Yeah, certainly.
With the work that Kacper did there. Again, he put Smith on his back foot quite a lot, apart from the striking, which didn't really go in his favour towards just before the takedown, which we'll hopefully see in a second. But it was good work from Zasada. I think the top pressure when he's looking to rain down strikes is good, and I think it was a good round for him. So on the replay now, you can see this is where the Kirby Zombie just pushes forward, takes a knee. There we go. So that's the one that took a knee to the head.
You can see that just a little bit high.
I think it was just a genuine mistake, that one.
Yeah, this is where they were swapping punches.
They swapped some good punches here, and this is where he gets caught a couple. That's the big one he gets caught with, but then what we missed on the replay there is as soon as he got caught with that on the chin, he went straight to his wrestling, which was the perfect thing to do in that situation. So, on to our third round now. And again, both the gas tanks of these better be full, because a full 15-minute fight could happen. And this is where it really shows the next level going towards pro, doesn't it? At a title level.
That was a good right hand there from Mark.
Again though, Zasada sees that and goes for that takedown. Great work from Mark Smith. If I was Mark now, I'd try and disengage here. Try and push off and then try and keep this fight standing. And
yeah, he's definitely getting the most success from the punches.
Yeah, I'd say that's where he is certainly flourishing a lot more in this fight. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. He's going for a takedown himself, but so far he's not done a great deal on the ground. And Zasada has just got back up a couple of times in the first round, didn't he?
Well, there he scooped himself up, so he's sat with back against the fence. He'll be looking to stand up from that position.
Yeah, he's up against the cage. He's at the right position here to try and get himself up. He's got the overhook there. He can use that underhook and then he can drag himself up that cage. But he needs to explode in his legs in order to stand up there. This is where Mark Smith can become a real fight spoiler for you as well, though, because he really does put the pressure on in the up against the cage.
You see him there grinding his shoulder into the face of Zasada.
Yeah, he does a lot of old school tricks as well. You know, head into the chin. A lot of dirty boxing from everywhere. Any sort of angle up against the cage was Mark.
Zasada looking for a triangle.
And he's got that. He's got the diamond on there, but he's up against the cage. It's very hard to get that finish from there, but
he's switched the arm by then back. Good work from Mark Smith defending and pass.
Great work. A very hard position to get a triangle up against the cage, though, where he was situated then. But yeah, like you say, it was a great positioning from Smith to get out of that as quick as possible. And he's ended up in side control now. Looking to mount him there.
Hope Zasada gets up.
So watch that. The neck's in, but it's not tight. There's not much on that. He's not really got him caught anything. I can't really see the head from here or the neck.
It's difficult to see how tight that is. He's not got the arm in.
But I think he should be able to keep that. There we go. He can get. He's across the neck and just above the chin, just below the chin, but there's nothing really in that. And to be honest, it'd be very hard for Mark to finish that with just one sort of hook in as well. Not really tightening it up into a guard or anything. That's good work from Zasada. Good 1-2 there.
Good
much
solid
better round
knee
from
as well.
Much better round from Mark Smith there.
Yeah, certainly was. Well, he did what Zasada did. And got a takedown, sat in the guard, worked the strikes.
Yeah, that's, you know, it was great work there. I think, you know, we're looking at a possible two more rounds here. And I think if Mark Smith can continue like that, he's going to make it very tough for Zasada to take this home. But I think if Kacper comes out, he needs to do more of what he did in the second round, realistically. Use his wrestling, use his, you know,
yeah, that was the clearest round to score was the second round, and it was definitely to Zasada.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Again, took one on the chin there once again. And that's when he sort of changed to his wrestling, but it was a good sprawl this time from Mark. Up against the cage on that position there. Really nice takedown, and we didn't really see anything more from Kacper apart from the attack, which we're seeing now for the triangle. But Mark seen it well, postured up and pushed out, used the shoulder to push the legs away, did everything perfect realistically.
Well, here we go into the championship rounds now.
Yeah, this is again what we were saying before, Ian. You know, this is where the test between the amateur and the pro divisions. This is why we have these title fights, because it'll prove to you whether you're ready or not. And if both these guys look in good shape.
Mark's stalking Kacper down now.
Yeah, this is this Mark Smith that we know now. He's really stalking him down, just taking shots, giving shots. This is what he does. That's exactly what Kacper needed to do there. Perfect game plan in there from the Saul Rogers man. He needs to get that right knee a little bit higher up onto the the leg of Mark and then try and pass through. He can pressure in from there, but it's a bit of a strange position to be in. It becomes more of a 50-50 guard. There we go, perfect. That's what he needs to do, pass that leg. Now he's much more comfortable in the half guard, and he can start striking from here, Ian.
Yeah, well, that's what he needs to do now. Move his hands back, his body back, start to fire the shots.
Trying to tie them legs up. Very Saul Rogers-esque, this.
Yeah, very much so.
Tie them legs up beautifully there. He just needs to get that head out now and start trying to climb up into the mount. There we go, climb the mount now. Perfect work, great hips as well from Zasada. This is much better work, Ian.
Pinning him to the fence now. See Smith trying to use that wrist control, stop any attack.
He needs to drag through with his hips and drag his legs back. And that's, there we go. And that's when he's going to get into a full mount where he can start raining shots down. There we go, he can start putting
the shots now.
He can almost use like a neon belly through the center here as well, which is a nice little position to use, especially with striking up against the cage.
Smith looking for the way out.
Good work
back to his
Smith,
feet.
though. Oh, nice shot straight down the middle, right into the body. Again, this is where Mark's trying to spoil the fight a little bit for Zasada, but I think it's too little too late in this round in particular. I think he needs to probably start scrapping in this round now and try and do some serious damage. Although he's putting some damage into that thigh there.
Yeah, you can see the marks already on the leg. But this is a good performance from Zasada. I think.
Well, he's seen that quickly. Did the zombie. He pulled that head straight out. That's still a Zasada round to me, though. I think the pressure he put on in the start of that round and the beatdown he gave him up in that corner was good.
I think rounds 2 and 4 definitely Zasada, and 1 and 3 were very close.
Yeah, well, I'd say 3 was certainly a round for Smith, but I'd say that, yeah, he's definitely the first round, which is a bit dubious. We're not too sure at the minute. Depends where the judges went on that, but let's see what this 5th and final round has got in this featherweight title action. And let's see what that gas tank of Smith's got after that big weight cut, coming down from, like I say, originally a welterweight, now down to feather.
Both guys are breathing heavy in the corners. It's been a hard-fought fight.
Yeah, it's definitely been a tough fight, this. I think Zasada looks in the better shape of the two, actually. I'm looking here. But being slumped on a stool always makes you look a little bit more tired, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's one of the issues. So here we go, 5th and final round. Featherweight title action. Some unbelievable fights today at the Cage Warriors Academy Northwest. Using that jab. Again, both looking quite tired now, Ian.
Yes, been a fast-paced fight, lots of wrestling, clinch, just tiring.
Jab for a jab there. Another, that's starting to hurt him now. That is Zasada really sort of winced on that. Yeah, acknowledged it as well, and Smith needs to really capitalise on that now and start throwing more of them. He needs to put another few leg kicks in, because that's really troubling Zasada, that leg. You can see by the way he's moving round. And another one there, but beautiful work.
A lovely takedown again.
Perfect takedown from Zasada. Great roll from Smith, though. Gets back to his feet. He needs to put some more leg kicks in there, Ian.
Because that is what's causing, going crazy.
There we go.
It is.
That's what's causing the damage here for Zasada.
Yeah, well, he was firing the knees in when he's in the clinch, and the kicks now on the outside. The combination of both are doing some real damage to the thigh there. Because Zasada's struggling here.
Yeah, he's certainly struggling, because he's lifting that leg now because
He's got a minute and a half to carry on. He's finding the wrestling harder because of the damage to the leg. Mark Smith needs to stand back up out of the guard now.
Yeah, he needs to get back up where he's comfortable and start throwing them leg kicks in again, because they're causing some serious damage. Here he's susceptible for that triangle attempt, or possibly even an armbar.
And Advance screaming from the Hamma corner, get up.
Smith really trying to spoil the parade of Zasada here in this final round here at Cage Warriors Academy Northwest.
They're into the last minute of this 5-round fight.
Dropping some shots, but he may take this round, Smith, with the work that he's doing here. But I think he should have capitalised on ruining that leg of Zasada.
Yeah, I think standing back up and just working on that leg, because it looked like he was really struggling, just putting weight on it.
And we have seen fights stopped by a leg kick. And he's going for that arm. Now this is what we're saying, is this where he becomes susceptible to a submission attempt, although Smith doesn't usually get finished in fights.
Well, that's a nice high guard there.
Yeah,
looking to attack.
Well, that is that, Ian. And we're going to go to the judges' scorecards on this one. But you can see the leg there of Zasada is in some distress, actually, with it. And I think, I don't think it's going to be as simple as that for Mark Smith, but he's going to go to the judges' scorecards. And to be honest with you, it's all down to that first round, Ian, how that was scored for me.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think, again, another close fight here on Cage Warriors. Mark Smith seems to think he's won. Yeah,
I mean, it's always good to see this kind of a fight. I mean, he's so back and forth. It was, really, really close fight. I mean, we're going to see in a second who's took that belt. But what a fight it was. I just think that he could have finished, Smith could have finished that round by taking that leg out completely. And chose to grapple instead towards the end. But after 5 rounds, it's a very tiring fight, isn't it? And we're going to go over to Grant Waterman now for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 fantastic championship rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a split decision in favor of your winner and new Cage Warriors Academy featherweight champion, Mark Smith!
And there you have it. So, like I said,
and ladies and gentlemen, presenting the championship belt is the promoter for this evening,
but wow, I mean,
Paul
what
Reed.
a win there for Mark Smith. He came back really strong in that last round, and obviously the first round must have gone to him. But what a back and forth fight. That's a real learning curve for both fighters regardless. And when we've got a new featherweight champion, and that's Mark, the Kirby Zombie Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the new Cage Warriors Academy featherweight champion, Mark Smith. Mark, you're obviously over the moon. What a performance. You are one tough cookie.
Yeah, that's why I'm the zombie.
Yeah, I heard they call you the zombie. And actually, you do look like a zombie, but man, you can eat up some punishment.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought his wrestling was strong. I didn't think, a couple of times I couldn't get back up. That last round, I knew I had to get back up to hit the switch. Superman escape, sorry. Got back up.
Yeah, I mean, he was young. Kacper Zasada, he was young, hungry, super fit, but you took everything he threw at you and just kept coming forward.
I took this fight on about 2.5 weeks' notice. I've been trying to get a fight with Paul for about 6 weeks. Couldn't, struggling to get my opponent. So I was sort of keeping my weight down. When he phoned me, I was actually in London eating pizzas and burgers. And I said, I'll have to see what my weight is before I can do it. It was low enough, so I took it. Passed out in the sauna yesterday trying to make weight. But thought I wasn't going to fight, but I got through it and I fought.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. He had such an extreme weight cut that, you know, you did pass out yesterday, but with the help of Paul Reed and his nutritional expertise, he got you in here fighting fit, and you are now the new Cage Warriors featherweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Smith!